Hey guys, welcome to Clear Discussion. I'm John, and today I wanted to talk about sleep and recovery. So we're going to go back a ways, back to when I was in high school, and at that time frame, I was able to do quite a bit more things with less sleep than I am able to do now. So in the situations I was in those times, I'd be going to school full time, working in between part and full time, and then a lot of the time I'd be working out after all of those things. And, during high school and directly after, I was able to do that on a consistent basis while getting a lot of the time under 6 hours of sleep consistently. And when I was in that situation, I was able to do that and able to do it well. As in, I didn't have any, at least noticeably, negative side effects. I wouldn't wake up feeling groggy. I wouldn't have a terrible workout. I would just be feeling pretty good throughout the day, and I could recover from all of that. Now, fast forward to now, I'm 24 now, and if I try to do that same situation where I have less than 6 hours of sleep, and then I work throughout the day, and then afterwards I try to get a workout in, either after work or before, usually the result is I'm exhausted. That workout is either terrible, or if I do it before work, then the rest of my work day is just awful. And I feel like that's a lot of people trying to get that work-life balance, and especially the people that are consistently trying to get to the gym as well. And it's something that I didn't prioritize in the past at all. I would not prioritize sleep. It's something that I've slowly been working to put more emphasis on slowly and slowly. And recovery is obviously, those two go hand in hand, sleep and recovery. So I wanted to talk about that a little bit. I want to break that down a little bit. So for me personally, now, while trying to have an optimum workout routine, which for everybody that might be slightly different, and it should be, because we're all a little different in terms of our physical needs. So while working on optimizing the workout routine for me, I kind of lost track of the things that I should have been focusing on more, the basics, which is proper nutrition, proper sleep, and making sure I get that proper recovery, which goes into the other two. And during this time while working on this, that was when the thought really kicked in of, wow, I used to be able to do this, 4 years ago. And I used to not have any issues. Now I do. And it was kind of a humbling experience as I was thinking about that. And, as life goes on, you have those moments where you think to yourself, man, I'm getting older. And I've obviously, like everyone else, has said that at some point in my time, whether I said it sarcastically or not. But it made me realize I can't do the things I used to be able to do. So I need to be smarter. And with that, the biggest change for me, and I've talked about this a little bit, is getting around 7.5 hours of sleep. Now, that's for me personally. Everybody's sleep schedule is going to be a little different. So I try to get at least 7 hours. You want to get 7.5. And I try to go to bed at the same time as well. So I think getting to bed at the same time, and obviously waking up at the same time if you're having the same amount of sleep per night, or at least roughly the same amount, you should have a solid and consistent circadian rhythm because of that. Now, I don't want to get into all the science here. I'm not a scientist. I'm not a biologist or anything, but that's just my personal experience for myself. So breaking that down, once I started doing that more while still working and working out, I noticed significant improvement, of energy throughout the day, of durability, kind of. Not so much in the sense that I was getting hurt, but I was getting less sore. I was getting noticeably less achy, and overall I just felt better physically, which obviously I feel like all of us want that. And so with all of those things occurring with the increase in sleep, obviously I'm losing out on some things, I'm not able to hang out with people as late as I want to. I'm not able to maybe do another task or job around the house that I need to get done. But I need to prioritize these things if these things are what matter to me, which I think sleep, everybody should get the proper amount of sleep. And with that, because it's the same kind of topic, is recovery. Now, recovery for me means a lot more in terms of making sure my body is properly adjusted to what I want it to be able to do. So with working out, when I get to the gym, I do a pretty solid warm up where I make sure I get my body temperature, I feel warmer. I don't want to say my body temperature is higher per se. I don't measure it, but I feel a lot warmer. I get a light sweat going. I would do the specific warm up for whatever muscles I was working out that day and try to make sure everything was warmed up and everything was feeling good. So that way there's a less of a tendency, at least in my opinion, to get those muscles injured because they are properly warmed up. I have put them through the motions that they should be accumulated to at this point. And at least in my opinion, that's going to enable me to have a much better workout session because of that. Another thing I like to do is foam rolling. Now, I'm not sure with foam rolling, I'm not sure what the specific evidence is for it in being a benefit or a negative. I think a lot of it is anecdotal. Now, I could be wrong. There might be a new study that shows that I'm wrong, and by all means, if that's the way it is, that's the way it is. But foam rolling is something for me. I'll do sometimes before. I'll usually try to do at the very least after a workout on the muscles that I know are most likely to be sore for me, which for me is almost always my hamstrings, 100%. And legs overall, I always get a little bit more sore than my upper body does. So I'll usually try to get those specific muscle groups foam rolled out. I feel like it helps me personally. I get a little less worn down. I get a little less achy over the long run. And obviously this is anecdotal. This is what's worked for me. Maybe it won't work for you. But for me personally, it's something that significantly has helped. And so those things group together. And then lastly, icing sore joints. That's more, for me personally again, on the side of sports-related activities. So I used to play basketball in elementary, middle, and high school. So I used to play basketball all through school growing up. And over time, specifically once I get toward my senior year, I would have really sore knees a lot of the time. Sometimes they'd be a little stiff. My mobility wouldn't be on point. And it was really frustrating at the time, but I kind of played through it because I could at the time and I wanted to play. But as time goes on, and now I'm at the point where I don't play in any competitive league. You know, I'll go to open gyms or I'll play outside here and there, but there's no super strong drive to play and play exceptionally well or play competitively. So because of that, I take my recovery and my health a lot more. I prioritize that more. And so with doing that, I'll ice my knees a lot more. You know, I'll make sure that I get the same kind of warm-ups in preparation for the game I'm about to play, basketball related. And overall, that's helped me have less and less overall pain and just soreness in general. So I know I went on a little bit of rambling, but that's all those things combined, going over the sleep and recovery portion, specifically, I would say specifically for either gym going individuals or individuals who are playing a sport. And I hope this can be some useful information for you. Well, let me know what you guys think, if this is helpful or not. I'm also going to be covering some gym topics in the future as well. It's something that I have a passion for, and while I don't want it to be the primary drive of this channel, I do want it to be a part of it. So let me know what you guys think. Comment please, hit the like button and subscribe if you want, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next one. Other than that, you guys have a great day, a great week, and I'll see you later. Take it easy.